Hello, hello. Let the park here. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay.
Bluetooth mode.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's a bit too loud. Good afternoon, gentlemen. And welcome to the 2026 AGM of Old Trafford Sports Club. I think we have physically present 5 of us, and okay, 6 people physically present, and online I think we have 3 people as well. So we'll start. Wait, this is Phil. So this meeting is hereby called to order at 12 minutes past 2. We will start with the national anthem. So I think, are you ready for us?
Yes, good afternoon.
For that beautiful jazz rendition of the national anthem, I'll hand over to the secretary to read the notice of the meeting.
Good afternoon, members. Those here physically and those online. I would like to read the notice of the 2026 Annual General Meeting of Old Trafford Sports Club. The notice is hereby given that the annual general meeting of the members of Old Trafford Sports Club will take place as follows. Date is the Sunday, 15th February 2026. Time we are starting is 2:13 p.m. Venue is Old Trafford Sports Club, 81 Division, Nigerian Army Officers Mess, Marina, Lagos. The agenda is as follows. Welcome remarks by the chairman, consideration of adoption of minutes of the last AGM, matters arising from the minutes, chairman's address, other reports, consideration of adoption of the 2025 financial statement, presentation of motions, any other business, adjournment of meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary. Good afternoon once again. Yeah. Good afternoon once again. I'd like to welcome you all who are here present. I would physically recognize you since we're not that many. I'll start with the gentleman who came first, Mr. Tunji Olani. Afternoon. Larietta, founding chairman. Afternoon, sir. Secretary, the secretary of the club, Olumide. Papi Ray, good to see you. Oye, former president, maybe you have more time for us now. And past chairman, Mr. Taye, wish you all good afternoon. I also want to wish good afternoon to the man from Canada who's joining us online, Remy Adeshewo. Alaji, afternoon to you. Yeah. I think that's it. I've recognized everybody be present. We'll start with the adoption of the agenda for today's meeting, which is on page 1 of the report. Sorry, the report here is Johnson. Come on, hand out the report. The report is also available as an electronic copy. Sent out yesterday. So just like to adopt the agenda of today's meeting. Moved by Larietta, seconded by Boye Oyeride. Thank you. We would also like to just run through the minutes of the last meeting, which is on pages 2 onwards of the report in front of you. You take time. So page 2. Yes, please, if you have any comments.
Minutes of Old Trafford Squash Club. Minutes of the Old Trafford Squash Club 2025 Annual General Meeting held at you put the venue, this particular venue. I said held physically at this venue.
This is on page 2.
Yeah, I believe page 2.
So you want us to change it to minutes?
You know, why I'm saying, I would explain why I'm saying so.
Okay.
So that it becomes redundant to say members in attendance, I think, are indicating who was physical and who's virtual. Because I think our constitution currently allows for both physical and so attendance is there's no need to qualify virtual and physical. So you would just say that minutes of Old Trafford Squash Club 2025 Annual General Meeting held physically at this location and virtually. So that's just, and then, so when it comes to attendance, everybody's in attendance.
Thank you very much for that. That is noted. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. No, you can always take us back. So there's no, I'm just gonna, since it was sent out earlier, I think we've all had time to study, but you can always take us back before we adopt. Page 6.
On under any other business, the paragraph that starts with Kaye Ige I think the suggestion wasn't about seeking sponsorship. I think maybe sourcing sponsorship, if I'm correct, unless he clarifies otherwise. Huh?
Seeking.
Or seeking. So, but this even citing would not work there. So is either seeking or source.
Thank you for that. That's correction. Or sourcing, okay. So, I did a fourth suggestion. How do we put that in proper? To source sponsorship of events. Thank you for that. Any other? I don't understand, sir.
Okay.
Word.
Pointing. Eh?
Word.
What day AI?
Let me check. Those online, is anybody, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you, Chairman.
Okay. All right. Please, if you have any comments on the minutes, please let us know.
Will do. Thank you.
That's definitely the speaker's voice. We can run the minutes again from pages 2 to page 6. Any other comments? Spend another few minutes to do that so that everybody can catch up.
Just arrived from Asaba. But he's on his way. Be here before, honor before 4 o'clock. Asaba.
Thank you. If there are no other comments or the minutes, can someone move for the adoption of the minutes of the last AGM? I believe it can be moved by anybody who was present. Moved by Oye Irunde, seconded by Tunji Olani. Thank you. Matters arising from the minutes. Well, let me just say a few words concerning where we are now and where we were last year in terms of one of the critical functions of the club, which is the club treasurer. Interestingly, we spoke both at Remi's father's event in Ibadan, and after that, he has all the documents from him. He promised he would generate a report and send him, but for the last 2 weeks, I've been unable to reach him, which has been the case typically. So unfortunately, that report is not here. I sent him a message yesterday and this morning, and still. So we all saw him. Those of us were in Ibadan. He's looking fine and dandy and hale and hearty. We thank God. So I think I don't know why he hasn't prepared prepare this report. So that is still a challenge, because I was hoping in the past I had collated all the receipts and payments and prepared the reports, and just don't print it out of our current subscription status. Let me just pull up my laptop. No, this is just for me. I'm going to use it in my
The second meeting now, we've really not had the financial report. I would just suggest that post this meeting, as soon as practicable and it has been generated, let's not wait for another AGM, circulate it to members.
If it is produced, so I can produce it.
I think we should, you and the management committee, to ensure that it is produced as that would be my suggestion.
I would make every effort.
Responsibility of leadership.
I will make every effort to do that, and if I can't get it done by the
should also inform us.
I will do it. I will do it myself, okay. to the best of my ability.
Let's have some report in some shape or form.
Okay.
Then we can at least begin to have a conversation around.
Okay.
We can't hear Boy. Can you please use the microphone?
We can't see your face. So. Yeah, I said you can produce it, send it to him for his comments, and if you don't hear anything from him after that, then just send it out to everyone. It's not like major measure.
Okay.
Anyway.
Noted.
Please,
Mr.
I have my
Chairman,
hand up, the chair.
Yeah, I'll recognize you after.
May I just remind us that this was the same point. I remember that Prince Adesanya made at last AGM that get this thing done and put on our platform so that there is some form of interrogation that can happen if need be.
Okay. Mr. Ready?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
From a governance issue, from a governance standpoint, rather, I think there are two issues. The first is what the founding chairman stated. This is a responsibility of leadership. And as members who have executed our obligation towards the club by paying, we need to know what has happened to our finances, and we are not particularly keen to know why it is not available. A full year is more than adequate for the leadership headed by the chairman to make all manner of arrangements to provide this statutory document to us. So I want it to be on that it's a failure of leadership and is unacceptable to us as members that this club exco for the second time running cannot provide us a proper financial statement. A club of less than 20 people or thereabout, of less than 20 million in transaction, and that's just really not acceptable. But secondly, understanding that it is the duty of someone who was elected. The chairman tried his very best to get this person up, bordering on defending him. So he's been sick his case. We understand, but we, as you rightly said, we've seen him, and to the glory of God, he doesn't look sick anymore. I am moving a motion that he be formally removed from office as treasurer for dereliction of duty. And even though this is not an AGM year, that position should be rendered void, and the executive should effect a process to identify and elect a substantive financial secretary who is willing and able to do this task. But Mr. Wole Gege should be removed from that position. He has failed in his duty. That's the primary conclusion of my move. Over, sir.
Okay, thank you for those comments. That is noted. I hear what you've said. I'm not going to say I'm not but I think there is a formal process for removing elected officials, I will have to refer to the Constitution to check to see how that will be done. And then I'll let the House know. But it is noted. So, any other matters arising from the minutes? I'd like to welcome the presence of Omoba Prince Adesonoye. Thank you.
You, in reading the minutes as we did, there was a suggestion which in my also reflected in the minutes was move Prince Dayo Adesonoye, that in trying to address the concerning and disturbing issue of members' participation and interest in the, that we should look at this concept of quarterly birthday celebrations, which itself becomes a social catalyst and nexus to bring members to the club, especially those of us who in our geriatric years are not actively participating in this good game of sport. That being said, it does not appear that the leadership or the management committee gave attention or gave also reflected in your yet to be read chairman's speech, that is still a matter of urgent national importance. So that matter is a matter of particular concern in a country of particular concern like ours. Club of particular concern. It's a matter of particular concern. So I'd like to ask what was the challenge we had in giving life to that suggestion, because that becomes an issue for us to still address going forward, since it's in the matters arising.
Okay, thank you for that. Quick, short answer is a lack of interest from members. You know, I mean, it's hard enough getting members to even come to the club. And birthdays, you know, so I send out birthday messages on members' birthdays. I do that in conjunction with the secretary and the manager. But if no one is interested in celebrating his birthday, it's not, it was a suggestion, it's not a rule, and I can't mandate anyone to do so. In saying that, in saying that, I mean, like I tell people, I make an effort to come here at least once a week, sometimes twice. And when I come, I try to invite a few guests to join me, you know. And it's just because of the love I have for the game and for the club. If others too did that, we may not even need to be doing this quarterly birthdays if people just showed up. I remember there was a week that you showed up here for maybe the whole month, and after that you disappeared. I mean, I have with me here the attendance sheet. It's not very, very good attendance, apart from the champions, who are the normal champions. Only 4 members. That's Olumide Shojiri, Larry Etta. Yeah. Apart from myself, Tunjolani Daya, this Sanoye, and Captain Shino. Those are the only members that came more than 10 times. So we are talking about doing birthday when they don't even come to the club. So it makes it difficult when we don't even see you physically. Am I going to now be pressing buttons and saying, yeah, come and do birthday? It's difficult. Yeah, I think Mr. Ege raised his hand first, so let him have his comment.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I think that we can set stand this matter down till AOB, so that because there will be so much to talk about it. It is at the root of the problem that you have identified, that people don't come to the club. I will use the word used by my Gombe Aburo here, or Aburo Biegbo, but many people don't play squash again, but they are still interested in coming to this club. But you ask yourself, what are you coming to do? I step down, from my house, and I have to drive that long to come. I have to be assured of certain things. First is company. If I'm not coming to play squash. Thank God I don't drink beer again. Amen. Right. So I'm coming to here, stay at home now. Nobody will tell me this. I won't laugh like this at home. That's why I'm happy to be a member of this club. So there are but if I'm not assured, or if I'm coming to come and be sit down here lonely the way I would have been at home, then why don't I just end up at Lagos Country Club? So it's something that we can step down and treat at our AOB.
We'll step it down and take it as AOB. So Larietta?
Well, I may defer on matter of procedure because it is a matter arising since it is a meeting. And I believe the chairman should have addressed it as matters arising. It may be convenient and expedient to say we should address it under any other business, but it's matters arising. So I think since it was in the minute, yes, and it is still a live issue, perhaps this is the best forum to address it as matters arising. Well, if we've addressed it exhaustively, then it may not feature again in any other place. If, however, we have not succeeded in addressing it exhaustively, somebody can still raise something under any other business. But it's just procedural.
Thank you. Well, I have made my comments on it, and I still say I hear Taye's comment. But if you're waiting for people to be here when you come here, then I don't know, maybe you have to engineer that. I don't wait for anyone. Mr. Chiroko doesn't wait for anybody to come here. He comes on his own. Captain Shino, same thing. Prince, the same thing. So I hear what you're saying. You want to come and meet people, then call Larry, I'm coming to talk. Are you coming? We haven't talked about you coming, but without doing that, So I come here with all regularity on Sundays unless I'm not in town. And I don't call and ask who's at the club. In fact, there's no one to play. This used to be my playing partner before I retired him. So if there's no one to play, I play with the coaches. So my point is that as we would all like to come and have a gathering here, if you want to come, bring your people when you're coming. In the past, you used to do that. So, it's just, like I said, I don't think we should wait for anybody to say, because Larry is not here, I won't come,
Okay, thank you very much. Since Larry insists and you seem to have acquiesced that we can discuss, you are the FC. When you suggest it's an assistance, FC, all right. The issue really is part of what I also alluded to during our AGM last year. At that time, I looked at our playing court and I saw that the promotional on the tick there was the same one of anything that was there when we celebrated almost 70. And it has now only been replaced by Larietta 60, which also it's over a year. So there has to be a lot of things, and I'm happy that the chairman did not need to be reminded of this because it was part of a lot of things that have been done in this club. So, and I think to the next step, say qualified success is achieved. Every now and then, like every other week, had something on a Sunday morning, a Sunday afternoon. Every other week, we had something on a Saturday morning. The very first one was accompanied by breakfast, so sumptuously given to us by Trustee Tiroko and his wife was there. I remember, I think we even attempted to play sports and things like that. So the presence of those kind of things. At the last AGM, I spoke about sponsorship. Well, paucity of funds, sponsorship problem. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's one aside. In the absence of that, there is far much more than our leaders can do to make us come here, to make us see reason to enter our class and drive here. If you have a function, we used to do Salah, we used to do Easter, we used to have Christmas in this club, where whatever it is, I remember there was a bandstand here before. I wasn't even chairman then. There was a bandstand in this place during one of the Salah, halls. So those kind of initiatives, as the chairman was talking, I was trying to look at the list of ESCO to see who actually has the charge for socials. Those kind of initiatives should come from ESCO. They should. And ESCO, right now, thanks to Trustee Remy Adeshian's suggestion, we are likely to go back to pre-COVID, suspicion rates here. So the ESCO can do funding, and when ESCO leads, others will follow. None of those events, Chairman, you remember that I mentioned, was sponsored by ESCO, really. It was by members. I mean, Dr. Shojiri is having his birthday in the month of February. So that month, you will sponsor one of the Saturday or Sunday events in commemoration. So what these things require, Mr. Chairman, is first and foremost two things: leadership. Number two, don't make noise. Number two, that is requires, well, it's also leadership, but in this, broken down to mobilization and say, okay, I mean, and it will require time. You say it's difficult, but it's not impossible. That difficulty, Mr. Chairman, is why you are our chairman, to be able to create the time. Because if you ask somebody in your office to call a member, the member might feel dignified. That's why you asking. So it is you who will create time. I hope the environment is quite safe. Out of the time that you use to, just cut a fraction of it and use it to, oh boy, it's your birthday this month. You giving us so. Give us lunch. Give us a Saturday morning run. Members, whether you play sports or not, the fact that you are coming to shout, make noise, but you'll agree with me, sir, that this is like eons ago, this happened here. And that's why I'm trying to address why. So it is not possible for me to gamble, but that's it. To say I'll be leaving Ikeja to come to the club. Well, I hope I will. What if I tell you that I had done so a couple of times, I didn't succeed, I got discouraged? And no, don't do like this, because that is, you are saying that, well, I should forget my membership. So I will suggest that ESCO take this, in this your last year in office, please let us see. I was saying that we should step this down to AOB, because it's really a matter that really is almost mine. You need to kindly step down. All of these things that I have spoken about, you are even the Arrowhead. You sponsored at least twice, if I remember. So all these things are there are things that will make us, I'm not talking, even sponsorship still happens. It's just that if there's an Igbo man here, there's something they call Imam who know who. That's true. If Larietta is a non-executive director or a director in SEPLA, that is a step, no matter how feeble, that is a step in. May or may not succeed, but so who know man no man works, and sponsorship still do happen. But that's at another level, even among ourselves, because membership of this club, as I round up, is not pedestrian. We can stand and answer our names and make each other, after all, at this stage of our lives, anything that we can do to give us happiness is of importance to us. It's of importance for me to come to this club because I get happiness. I don't want to say I used to get happiness. Yeah, because if I don't come here for 3 years and I haven't lost anything, I leave it here for now. Thank you for the opportunity.
Mr. Chairman, while we have multiple rounds going on in contributing, I have my hand up, please.
Recognize Larry has the floor. After Larry, Remy. After Remy, Dio.
Okay, I'll just try and make mine shorter than Dio's. And mine is just going back to the suggestion that was made last and supported by that. So, which we have not even made any effort to implement. Let's start from there, because we had that suggestion on the floor, and I think it was unanimously accepted, which was that quarterly we should get all the members who have had their birthday and celebrate them in some function at the club. Perhaps if we look at January, February, March, and you may even decide to say it may not be 4 times a year. You may decide, okay, let's even do it 3 times a year, or even half year. But let's start somewhere. And then tell us through communication, these are the members who have celebrated. We are going to have an event on so dates. It helps us to also plan to be there. Because quite honestly, if I don't have a date in future, I may have something else to do. And then those members themselves, out of their own volition, may also contribute to that event happening. If they don't contribute, as part of its responsibility, the club itself should also do something to just celebrate them. It may also be that if they don't, they may contribute money to make it work. We may also bring wine from our homes or whiskey from our bars. And this gentleman has stopped drinking, and he has a cellar of wines. I don't know what will happen to those things. They will expire. So this is an opportunity for him to. Wines expire. If they are not properly stored, the corks will go bad. But whiskey doesn't expire. We'll help you expire it. So he can bring some of those things which are beverages to us but poison to him now. So let us have an opportunity, and people would say, okay, this first one, because I'm involved or my friend is involved, that's how it starts. Let's even start from the beginning. That's just
Remy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's always a hard act following Larry, because he speaks with such wisdom and calmness that people like me who with more agitation can actually lose others. But what he said, essentially what I wanted to articulate. But let me put it this way. Why are we struggling to determine whether this should be discussed under matters arising or under AOB? It's because the minute has not been captured in a way to articulate the resolution arising from that conversation. So Larry is having to remember snippets of it. Taye is giving some perspective. So in capturing the meaning, 2 or 3 things stood out. EXCO is to organize a calendar of quarterly events and publish for members' contribution. 1, 2, 3 things that were discussed and agreed, they become the resolutions. So when we're doing matters arising should not be left to members to start reading between the lines what transpired and what is the matter arising. It will be captured in the minute, and it's those resolutions, the ones that don't end up as resolutions, don't come as matters arising. They've been discussed and buried. So that's one practical recommendation I'd like to make, starting from this meeting, that the minutes capture conversation in a way that discussions are recorded as resolutions when there's action to be taken. And who is responsible for those actions is assigned, so we can know who to ask for accountability. The second thing is, as many speakers have said, leadership, especially once it's accepted and not imposed, bring some responsibilities on the leaders beyond your personal efforts. It goes beyond the chairman saying, I come here once, twice a day. In fact, if you go every day of the week, we will tell you that it's your duty, right? So no special accolade for you. But on a more serious note, that was on the lighter note. My point is, there needs to be efforts as part of the goals. And I think you're too alone. I see the burden you carry as the chairman. Our exco is not active enough to say, we knew when people like Tiroko and Cyril were social secretary. They know people and they will reach out to them. Okay, is your birthday? This is what we're thinking of. So the mobilization we come, I said, there'll be contributions from the individuals who have been celebrated. I have had things celebrated on my behalf where I didn't contribute a kobo, where people would just rally and say, it's XYZ you're doing, and we will do this on your behalf. So I think reviving those will lead to the increase in the traffic and the kind of assurance. I accept the chairman's challenge to the IPC, which is that you don't need to wait for people. You can also mobilize. Everybody has a duty. When I am around, sometimes I try to announce that, oh, I'll be at the club on XYZ day to stimulate traffic, that I'll be happy if you can join me XYZ. So I think we're onto a good thing. These are all issues of dynamic growth in the club, but let's do it in a way that helps the EXCO, and the EXCO helps itself by identifying resolutions that need to be followed through. Over. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me recognize my Oga Ian Randolph. Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us. Prince, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. You know, my own opinion is very simple. In all honesty, there is no reinventing the wheel. We started as a group, as a collective on Cameroon. Somebody at his own personal cost, made sure the environment was conducive such that some of us would come for that conducive environment, not the squash. And now we are getting older. This is the second time I'm doing rotator cuff surgery. Squash can be the highest of my priority. You know, so I'm thinking of where I can hang out with friends of yore, have a good time. And I see no reason if one man could take it upon himself for years to do it. We cannot, with the blessings the Lord has bestowed upon us over time, in our latter years, come together as a collective and say, you know what? Maybe every month, 2-3 months is too far. You know, the cover was there with that marvelous man bringing in Gucci and everything out every Saturday and Sunday. And somebody's personal cost and public holidays. And we cannot say the Lord has not been kind enough was in this club. Now, if it's a matter of having, I don't know what rules and regs, I really don't know much about how rules and all that. But if it's a matter of amending it so that we put a bit away every period so that those who come here on that Saturday, even if it's 2 people, can be having fun. Before you know it, it will become a habit again. It was a habit at some point. You know, but if I come here, it's only TJ. By the time 2 of us drink ourselves to stupor, insult ourselves, we come back again next Saturday. You know. But if we are insulting ourselves to stupor on you because it doesn't behove on you to come, but a particular amount is set aside maybe twice a month that, okay, please, the club is open, like in the days of Cameron Road, food, drinks, everything is on the house, you will see that volume, traffic will start coming gradually again. Because like my IPC said, at times you come because you know you will see one of your friends or somebody you can talk to and have a great time with. People are not as physically endowed as they used to be back in the day. Remember when FC could play 18 rounds of squash at a go without taking a break? Whoever he was playing with, he was playing it well and forcefully, you know. Now, 2 rounds, squash, please squash. It's a challenge, you know. So we should look at a way of raising a kitty so that we can have events like that more on the regular. You know, that if you come here, you can eat, drink, and go home. Whether you come, you don't come, you contribute so that you carry. Those who come, like my trustee, will be rewarded for their very good behavior. Thank you, my chair.
All right. Thank you all for your comments. Let me respond to the last one first. As much as I like to agree with you, it's not currently allowed for us to just take from the club's purse and say we are splurging. What I would drive personally is this issue of social gatherings, maybe at least once a quarter or or 3 times a year. I mean, I'm looking at Ramadan lengths, already coming up. So we'll look at January, February, March birthdays. Maybe we'll push into April birthdays as well. I don't know. We'll drop the list and see, those, yeah. So we'll come up, I've written here, we'll come up with a social calendar for events. I take all your comments on board from Remy, and I'm not one to shirk from my responsibility. I will be, in closing, I will say one thing. In closing, it's been a very challenging expo because, as you see, this year we are 2. Last year we were 2, and it's because the other members are not active. This is why when Remy says we should remove someone, like, well, at the end of the day, that means there are others that are not even here. So, okay, Joe has relocated to Canada, so that's what. There's also a dearth of members, new members. That's why the struggle we have is to bring new members in. Even the young members, Shopper, Femi Chodri, they are not here today. I called me, I didn't call Shopper. So we'll work on that. But the point is, this is especially for Taye. Members have to show commitment as well. No, I hear what you're saying, and I said we will come, but if you're saying that because you come here and you don't see anybody how many people really play sports anymore? There are very few.
I hope you won't find me for.
No, you don't have the floor. You don't have the floor, so you have to hold on. But I'm just making a point that out of the love we all have, you shouldn't wait for someone to say, come to the club. You should also come and bring your guests. Dr. Lawal was here maybe 3 or 4 times last year, but he never came alone. He will come with his friends. And that's my point. Siroko, when he comes, he brings his buddies. They are upstairs, they are sitting down. So we should all make that commitment and bring people. I hear you that yes, we can do more in the club and we will. But when it comes to attendance, I think if everybody shows up and brings people, anyone you want. Anyway, so I don't want us to belabor the point. It's noted, and I think we should move on to the meeting itself. So if there are no other comments or you want to have a last response,
Mr. Chairman,
Just
I
noted
propose a
there's
resolution.
a word used by Trustee Remy there. Resolution. Is it out of place to have this as a resolution? That at least once a month, ESCO should put something. I don't know. I can draft something and send to you now, but you know, something that would challenge members to come. Like I said, funding is not your problem, Chairman. It's not, and you know it. You co-sponsored the tournament we did here with so it's not, so it is the initiative, it is leadership. So I just wanted to say that ESCO once a month, because last year this matter was discussed, you remember. Once a month, that's the resolution I would like us to do.
I'm not sure about the monthly, but definitely I have resolutions.
No, but you know, if it is a resolution, if it is agreed to, but if it is agreed to, then it's not up to you or to me to what we agree. So because what ESCO,
I go back to my
so your membership having a problem, you know, ESCO membership. Yeah, you have a liberty to co-opt. You have liberty to co-opt members. You have liberty to assign responsibility to members. Yeah. Where the interest is there, they will gladly.
Sorry to cut. The challenge is that these are the members.
Yes. Now, if you have, he won't say he was president of MPP. I think if you give him an assignment, he will take. No, you can.
Okay, send that to us. I'm not taking as a resolution for monthly, but definitely we're going to come up with a social calendar.
No, if you kindly present it and it's agreed as a resolution, then it becomes binding.
So monthly. Yes. Yes, that's why I said it will be written as a resolution, but I must suggestion. Yeah, so I have here ESCO to draw up a timetable for social events, which will be which will be either 4 times a year or 3 times a year. That's what I.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. And I want to take full. So please, I think maybe Chairman is protecting me, and let me just take full responsibility for this particular, should I say, failure. Because as the secretary, I think I should have been reminding him. Remy Addition said that we should have the recommendations, everything written there. And if I had gone through the meeting, I would have known that there were certain action points that I should have brought to the attention of the chairman. I'm just trying to say, going forward, all suggestions, I should have been one reminding him, and I'll work very closely with him this year to make sure all those things, should I say, we start trying to, even if we can, both of us sit down and have a meeting with the other members of ESCO, even when they are not here, and as everybody has suggested, we can always reach out to other members and say, this is what we want to do. We can start with what FC said, the birthdays. We'll collate the names, and then fix a date, propose a date. Yes.
Thank you very much. So, his hand is up.
My hand is up. I don't know if you're
okay. Last comment from Remy, and please make it brief. 2 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Chairman, I suspect your glasses are for Owambe only. That's why you didn't see my hand before now, but that's okay. I have a resolution draft in the chat. So to put this in a concise way, I don't have to read it, but I'm inviting you to adopt that and amend it as you find necessary. But the whole idea is to move from conversation into actionable resolutions. So I've drafted something for you to consider, and please let that come through in the minutes for this meeting. And on the issue of people not getting enough on your expo, Ray is a certified financial analyst, right? He has not served, as far as I'm aware, in any capacity in the club. Those are kind of people who can step in to support you in the treasurer or whatever role. You know, maybe doing the documentation. So I also encourage people in the audience, Omoba Adesoye, all of you who have not taken formal responsibility, but you look at others. Nobody has more time than the other person. Boye, you have served and led at many other levels. I think it's important that you also show some commitment to the club by volunteering your time to support the and strengthen the leadership. So that's a direct challenge to all those gentlemen, and I encourage the chairman to draft them and let it be that they refused, and we will know how to deal with them.
Thank you very much. I've seen your resolution that we'll flesh it out and share it during the week for people to look at and comment on. There are other things I want to add to it as well. All right, so I think we move on. Thank you very much for that. We move on. So we take it that we have dealt with matters arising from the minutes, and we move on to item 4 of the agenda, which is my report for 2026. Yeah, but I just want to make a special part out there. If you look at, we lost a member last year. I didn't even know he was ill until he passed on. That's DG Olulode. Yes, yeah, you know. So I didn't even know he was ill. So which comes back, and he was actually corresponding with me. He never mentioned he was feeling poorly until the event happened, and I think CY was one that informed us about it. My point is that, I mean, it's for me, it was a very, very sobering experience to know that someone I was chatting with me didn't disclose he was having any kind of challenge. So when these sort of things happen, we may not want to put it out there, but let's try and reach out to each other and make sure everybody is okay, So I don't want to have to read through my addresses there, but I will still harp on apart from that. Another point I want to talk about, which the secretary will also speak on as well, is this issue we've just talked about now, which is membership and engagement. One of the things I try to do is to encourage new members to join. I think we got 2 new members last year. Neither of them is here. One of them he travels. He's been here a few times, and then the other one is Femi Shojiri, who also joined. But we should also try to get people to join, even if you're not a squash playing member. You come here and come and socialize. I think for me it's important that I stress that point. And why do I come here? I like the place. I like the environment. Which is why whenever I come, I tend to take a picture and share on the group. So I'm directing this message at my ego. I come. I don't call and say who's coming. I come. I will be here. I will take the picture. I will share the picture. The more we are, the merrier, and that's the truth. That is the truth. If you let me know you're coming here on a Sunday, I will wait for you. I get here 11:30, 12. I play 1 hour with the coaches. I'm tired. I drink 1 beer. That's my Sunday ration. After that, if there's nobody here, I hang out, I watch TV. By 4 o'clock, I go. So I'm just saying this again that yes, Expo has a role to play, but we also have a role to play. When we were prior to now, nobody told me I'd be come to Old Trafford. I will come on my own. So I'm just stressing that message. I don't want to go into it. I think my message as read, but that really is the crux of the matter, that we're all busy, we're all getting older. But I think we should just, like I said, if you devote 1 day, 2 days in a month to come to Old Trafford, you will come here 24 times. It's not bad. And I don't think that is too much to ask of any of us, So, like I said, the attendance here, only 5 members came more than 10 times last year. We are paying rents, we are paying for utilities. It's there. The staff, the staff cost is there. So we would increase the social calendar, but I think we should make an effort to come now. Good afternoon. I think this is the PMC. Okay, I did. Please come. Let me introduce you properly, sir. So this is Brigadier General Momo. Good afternoon. So I'm not sure if we've met before. He's the PM, that's the president of the mess committee. So essentially, he's the person representing our landlords. You're welcome. This is our annual general meeting, Old Trafford Sports Club members. I think you're a squash player as well. Say you play one. Okay. It's a pleasure to have you here. So I think the secretary's report is actually more, you can just run through that quickly.
The chairman's report is normally not debated. We've taken it as read, the chairman's report. My little suggestion on reflection, just listening to what you said about Deji. Membership can lapse either financially or by people also attending regularly. So my suggestion would be, even where membership have lapsed financially, I don't know what was Deji's financial status. It was correct. Okay. So even where membership has lapsed financially, I think out of compassionate ground, it is also important we reach out to those who were members before and find out what their state is, whether they're in financial difficulty or they are in social health difficulty. There's a way it helps people reconnect with the community. So just reflecting, I think some members we haven't seen for a while, some of us may be reaching out to them individually as friends, but you as our leader, as our chairman, and representing us as a club, you also have that responsibility to reach out on behalf of the club to find out how.
Well, thank you. Just to say that I think I do that. Some of the times they don't respond, so I don't know. Maybe I will ask other people, because I reached out to for this meeting. All the members I have reached out to one-on-one, unless they're people I see regularly. Those we have not seen, there's one in particular I know. I sent him a message December and in January, I believe, and I didn't get a response. So maybe that's who one of who you're referring to. And so I'm just saying that I do that generally. So just so that there is a connection, but it's difficult to ask. I just say, how are you? So for me, it's what I do whether or not I'm chairman is not the issue. I just say, I haven't seen you for a while. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Is everything going? Especially if you're not active on the forum, I will reach out to you personally. So please, I think we should also do that as well, because some members are closer to others, and other people are but insane. So I think that is for me something I do. So I think just in honor of the member we lost, let's observe 1 minute silence and say a silent prayer for him and his family. May the soul of the departed continue to rest in eternal peace. Secretary, I hand over to you.
Good afternoon, distinguished members once again. The Secretary's report, I don't know whether it will be taken as read or I need to, because a lot of the things here have already been discussed, but if you give me permission, I will go through it as quickly as possible so we can get to the matters arising or motions that have been proposed. Okay. So, distinguished members, I welcome you to the 2026 AG. No, I'm not going to be debating. I'm going to just. You're welcome to the AGM. No, that's what I was going to. As we had discussed earlier, some of the things that we were hoping to do was to resuscitate the members' interests, we maintain the facilities, and how do we drive new membership? For the year 2025, not much was done. No formally organized social events happened, but based on people coming in and personally inviting their friends, that was most of what was done for the year 2025. Also just acknowledged a few of our members who were regular, Captain Adishino, Tunji Olani, Dayade Sonoye, and Salarieta, who made it to the club more than 10 times. For membership, we have 38 at the moment. 2 new members just joined, Mr. Femi Shojeri and Suleiman Sisi. They are unavoidably absent. No, they're absent today. But we'll quickly move to, I wanted to just mention something that the members brought up to make sure that we try and communicate more with each other. I know we have a platform, and one other thing I want to suggest is when we have our members in diaspora who come around, we can use that as also a reason to come out, say, you know, this person is around, and if the person is in the section, we'll make an, yes, we'll make an effort to come. I think that can be one of the other strategies we adopt to try and bring people over. As the IPC said, money is not our problem. It's just communicating and making sure that you reach out to everybody as much as possible. So going forward this year, it will be something that I want to say the Expo will work on, reaching out to people to try and make this section more vibrant. With that, I would like to go to the presentation of a motion that has been brought up for this meeting, which is to revert to the annual membership subscription from its current rate of 150 back to the pre-COVID-19 rate, which is 250,000. It was proposed by Ria Amaobi Okoro and seconded by my humble self, Olumide Ojeri. I don't know whether I've put it on the floor for discussion before we conclude. Thank you.
My hand is up, sir. Do I have the floor?
Yeah. Go ahead, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you for the motion, and I think it's timely. I'd just like to propose a minor amendment, which is to state the effective date. Right now, it's silent on that. So my amendment recommendation will be to take effect from the 2026 financial year, which means essentially from January to December.
Thank you very much. That was Obobose. Thank you very much for that.
Secondly, I want to ask about the financial standing of the proposers of the motion. Are they paid up members? Because a motion is only allowed by financial members of the club.
Yes, so everybody who is here present is financially up to date.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yes, Larry.
The difficulty I have with this motion is not the motion itself, but the context surrounding the motion. Why I say so is my reservation is on the fact that as of today, we don't have financial report of what we have done so far with all what we have collected. It becomes very difficult to now support a motion for an increase in subscription, where we have not been in a position to say this is how we have accounted for the previous subscription, and this is the state of our financial affairs. So that's just my difficulty. And so I'm struggling to say I would support this in the context, because I would have been happy to support it if I was presented with a financial statement which shows why this motion can be supported, either from standpoint of depletion of our reserves or from standpoint of significant increase in our expenses, which makes it necessary for our revenues in terms of subscription increase to happen. So I just find it difficult to be flying blind and support this in this circumstance. I'm not saying I'm not in support of an increment, but context is important. That's just my observation. But whatever the House decides, I'll be bound.
No. Let me hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So first, ESCO members list ought to have been here. And the reason why that is important for ESCO members, current ESCO members, the list ought to have been here in their portfolio. Okay. The reason that is important for me here, that I would have been able to look at the officer in charge of mobilization or social service. So when you look at this 38 member list, there are quite a lot of work to be done. No less than 60–70% are no longer functional. I don't know about financial, I don't know about being financially up to date or not, because I don't have access to information that can help me come to a decision on that. But there are quite a lot, even new members. If you look at those of us who are here, this is the Cameron Road people. We have had a lot of people join us since then. I'm even now being reminded that my former classmate, Henry Agbebire, I can't even see his name here. Yes, he's there, number 27. It's now I'm actually being reminded, oh yeah.
He hasn't paid for the last 2 years.
Okay, so perhaps he needs, so that's why I was asking, which officer is in charge of this?
Well,
and Mr. Chairman, sir, maybe you do not need to answer, because the answer is obvious. You have issues of
No, I cannot. Henry doesn't respond to my messages, so I mean, I've met him only once. So I
just spoke to him this morning. He's currently actually the executive director of public affairs at PAC. So
he doesn't respond.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll still speak with him later today. So I'm saying that Henry, there are so many people in Henry's situation here. If the word inactive does not actually, align with your definition, but there are a lot of inactivities that
I'm
I
saying
can see here.
You are quite correct.
Yeah. So these are the Abegi Cameron people here. So many other people have been here since then. the place is, thanks to the wonderful job done by us in bringing or transiting from Abegi to this place is quite commodious. It's quite good enough for someone to come and relax either after work or on a weekend like this. So why do members, it's usually it's a problem to get people to come in here. But when they do come in, why has it been difficult for us to retain? It's if we are a 38 member club at the AGM, you have less than 5, 6, less than 10 of us. So it's something that I think the ESCO, I don't know who's in charge of membership and all.
Well,
but it's
let me speak on that. I sent at least 10 messages in the last 4 weeks on AGM, and all those members are in the forum. I don't know what more Expo can do. We send out messages. I personally send them out every Monday. No, you don't have to respond. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted to say that it will circle back to the issue of interest stimulation that we speak about. If you see a message from the chairman of a club that you are active in, you don't even need such a message to be sensitized to come to an AGM, because your issues will have arisen in the course of your coming here, socializing, that you would like to raise at the AGM.
Okay.
But where that is not there, it is at the root cause of everything.
Let me just
Thank
speak
you.
so that we don't belabor the point. Of the list of members you have on this, I think there are only 2 members I have as inactive financially. I don't even think Rakesh is there anymore. He says he's no longer in Nigeria. So it's only, okay, there are 33 and 27 are the 2 members of this who are not financially compliant. Everybody else is financially compliant. You know, so that is
Mr. Chairman,
yeah.
I'd like to.
I'll recognize. So I just want to respond. So apart from that, what I would do as well, I would share the list of because I had sent this to the treasurer and he said he was going to present it in his report. So I didn't want to, but I will share this list on Monday of members and their financial status in terms of subscription. Now, before Remy speaks, to respond to Larry's comments on this motion was mooted last year, I think, if you look at the reports in front of us, it was mooted under page 6 by Remy last year in respect, and I'll read, in respect of the club's financial status, suggested that the current subscription should revert to 50,000. Now, we're not increasing. We reduced during COVID. COVID ended 5 years ago. So our subscription was actually 250,000 naira per annum. During COVID, because we took up the financial downturn, we said, okay, let's reduce it to 150,000. So it's not as if, I understand it's nice to see a report, but I don't think, we haven't done anything major in terms of capital spending in the last 1 year. The way the club runs is that there are still only 3 signatories, I think, to the accounts. Myself, Wole, and I think Siwa. Wole comes here once a month. I don't see him. He comes here once a month. He sees the manager, writes the checks, and signs them, and then I countersign them. But like I said, we had a live discussion for the first time in 2 years last month. And he assured me that he will prepare the financial report. That's why it's an item in the agenda. Item 6. It was that he assured me, So I understand the misgivings, yes. But I don't think that should stop us from carrying this motion. So I'll let Remy speak quickly, then we'll take the motion.
Thank you, sir. So one of the benefits of having experienced people provide guidance, even when they don't insist, when they just suggest, is so that we can all be better. And so it's not so much whether we dispute or doubt that when the financial report is presented, there'll be aberrations. But it's just truly difficult in the absence of financial report for 2 years to be making commitments to new. So I am sure everybody will be 100% in support. Let me not say I'm sure. I am in support, and I imagine that many will be in support. But procedurally, we have to acknowledge that there's been that failure. And the remedy to it is to prepare those financial statements and bring this back as a one-item extraordinary general meeting agenda. So my recommendation would be to heed the founding chairman's admonition that we must take the right step first, prepare and present the statement. I put myself forward. I used to be treasurer of this club. And when I was chairman, I also largely took responsibility of doing the financial statement. So I am happy to assist the EXCO, the chairman in particular, to help put the papers together. And I'm coming back in April. We can then, once that is tidied up, have the documents circulated, and then you revisit this. Is important but not urgent. So my recommendation will be to follow Larry's suggestion, get financial statements in order, step down the motion at this meeting, circulate the financial statement, represent the motion at an EGM for that purpose. I so move.
Okay, so if I hear you correctly, your suggestion is we step down this motion and until we have prepared financial reports for 2025.
Correct.
Okay. Well, procedurally, I don't know how that would work.
Mr. Chairman, sir, if you don't mind, I think that beyond the issue of procedure, I mean, let's have a finance report before we can increase. I think we also have to be conscious of the reality as far as the economics of our country is concerned at this point. Even at 150, I won't be too surprised if the interest in the club, or indeed the number of people that attend the club and all that, is actually, will be due to people not finding it easy to raise this, what we are paying currently. COVID has ended, but a lot of the times you find that COVID is still there. The aftermath of COVID has refused to leave some people, and a financial COVID, and will not leave some people forever. So if you increase, you have 6 people at this AGM, next year, your expo alone may be the one to do AGM. No, I'm telling you the truth. So I was thinking that we actually will be thinking of saying, okay, members, we are paying 150. Please, to encourage more members, instead of having the 38 members strong club, and we are only 6 at AGM, that we are going to say we should reduce to actually 100,000. Yes, look at, this is the reality. 6 of us on the floor, 2 of you on the EXCO side, making 8 out of 38 members. And we are still talking of increase. What type of increase, Mr. Chairman?
Okay, it's noted. So I think no more comments. We will take. Is anybody going to second the motion moved by Remy? So we step it down until we tidy up the yeah. I would just like to say I would like to give a deadline for that, and I'm committing to the 31st of March to have that done, to have the financial reports done. Yeah, so yeah. I will be calling on, if I cannot get the treasurer to support, I will show what I have. It's not just Remy has volunteered. I will call on other members as well who can also contribute. So if I call on you, please don't, as we say in my school, when the call is sounded, almost answer here. Anybody. You volunteered last year now, so. Okay, so any other business?
Video. Okay. All right. So I'm saying that if you allow me, I volunteer to talk to engage in mobilization and sensitization and to see what problems people have. Here we have said that, oh, the problem could actually be financial. Do you understand? Because thanks to our FC, is good with what? Financial COVID has not ended. In local parlance, we call it Shapa. Shapa yen o kari aye gan. So if you are a 38 member club and you have 6 of you on the floor, and your ESCO actually are also, I think about 6 or 7, and only 2 of you are there, it tells you that something needs to be done. So, but let us talk to people and see what the challenge is. And if I am asked to do this, I will gladly undertake.
So I would like to also give you a date to report back so that it's because without that's a timeline, there is no.
Volunteer. I volunteer.
Yeah, so I'll also say by the 31st of March, let's have your feedback as well on that. Right, 31st of March.
Good. Yeah. Long enough.
Yeah, Mr. Remy.
On AOB, I'll just seek the chairman's indulgence to thank the chairman and members for their active support financially, morally, and in person at my father's funeral, prayers, and reception on the 27th of April. I was really very happy to see the turnout of our dear members and their solid support all through the process. May God bless you all. And for those who still have their own, may they live long.
Amen.
So that's A of my AOB. The B of my AOB is that on April 11th, my second son will be having his traditional wedding in Benin. So I'll be back and I will look forward to welcoming you all. I will circulate the invitation formally through the chairman, and I will be grateful to have your companionship as always. I'll provide further details. Thank you.
Point of correction. There's nothing like first son, second son, third son. Your son is your son. Thank you.
Point not accepted. Fortunately, it's not a club issue.
You don't have the floor.
Neither do you, because the chairman has not.
I took permission.
My second son will be having his traditional wedding.
His second son from his first wife will be having.
Okay, thank you, Remy. That's nothing. So he'll communicate the information to us. Any other business? So,
There should be protocol for communication. Some of us are traditional people. He cannot be telling us that his second son from his first wife or only wife is going to have traditional wedding in a traditional town like Benin, and then he's just communicating. He should know what to do properly.
He has said he will communicate appropriately.
We have not heard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. May God increase you in wisdom.
Well, all I will say is that he would do the needful. Thank you. I think he was just
Tunji, why are you
saying,
looking at me
save
like
the
that?
date in April. I'm the chairman. Yes. So a member has informed us, just so we are aware, that he will be communicating formally a message on his son's wedding activities. I think that's noted. Papire, you haven't said anything today. Boy, you haven't said anything today. I think you are. Okay, so okay, let me recognize Prof. Prof, good afternoon. I see you also joined us. Professor Akion Shibugu is also
good afternoon,
online.
Chairman.
Good afternoon, sir. It's
Good
a pleasure
afternoon, sir.
to have you.
I was just hoping to go to the meeting.
My boy from London is also online, and Mr. Ademola Lawal, the man that gives us smoked chicken.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I want to thank you all. There's nothing else to discuss, no other business. We will bring the meeting to a close. We would do so by once again playing the national anthem. Motion for adjournment moved by
Remi Adeseun.
Okay.
My question, Chair, is that have we exhausted all the items on the agenda?
Absolutely.
Then we should move, not adjournment, we should move a motion for close of the meeting. If you have not exhausted anything, all the items, but move the meeting to a close.
Apologies. I was following the error in the.
Oyekuzi.
So it was moved by Taye Ige and seconded by Remi Adeseun.
How did Taye Ige move before me? I precede him in office. He should step down, withdraw his motion, and come and second mine. What kind of joint ticket is that? I protest and request a reversal of precedence. I greet you.
Remi, you don't have the floor.
My friend, what's your problem?
Was moved by Taye Ige and seconded by Remi Adeseun.
This is the problem with young men of nowadays. Okay, Chairman.
Thank you. So, can we close with the national anthem? We formally brought the meeting to a close. Thank you very much.
Tunji, Olatunji.
Can anybody who present please sign the register? Olumide, take note of the people that were online. Online. Very likely.
Birandi. Abarandi, can you please show your face? This is the problem with big men. I'm sure your secretary put on that face. You are not even in the meeting, Abarandi.
Right. Mr. Randolph, your hand is up. You have the floor, sir.
Can you hear me now? Hello, Chairman.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, good afternoon. Oh, sorry, we don't finish the meeting. You need to have
I know,
your
I was here
your
throughout,
mic
but
and your video.
I was with you throughout, but I didn't know how to come on, I just found out how to raise my hand.
On to speak, unmute your mic. For us to see you, you unmute your video.
How do
There
I
are
do
two
that?
icons. If you tap your screen, you will see two icons. One is a microphone, one is like a video camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, you are in town next week, you said. There you are.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in town mid next month.
Okay. We don't finish.
I greet everybody. I greet everybody and hope to see you guys soon, yeah?
Yeah, well done, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. My pleasure.
All right.
Take care.
God
All the
bless
best.
you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, everybody. I did not get.
Afternoon. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm sorry I came late. I was working on UK time.
Better late than never. Better late than
I'm
never. Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you.
At party, so we'll just share the highlights.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so go.
Recording stopped.